see Mike Vrabel, by the way, was at the Patriots? Has a head coach ever been at
Yeah,
an opposing team's like game during the bye week?
yeah. I was gonna say like they had to be a bye week because you wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's still kind of random though.
And then he comes into the office today and he says, "You know what? I'm going to trade Kevin Byard over to the
Yeah,
Philadelphia Eagles."
they're definitely sellers.
Yeah, 100%. But all right, Gilbert, let's move on
Yeah.
now to the Miami Dolphins and the Philadelphia Eagles matchup. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm the banner guy. My bad.
No, you're good. I'm just making sure that I'm not
Yeah, you got it.
not wrong. Same score as the Chargers Eagles game. So both Kelsey brothers 31 points. This one was the Eagles won 31-17. Gilbert, there was a lot made after this game. Because obviously, I think where is it? It is I can't find it for some reason. I am looking for whatever. I was looking for the penalties because here we go. The Eagles had 0 penalties for 0 yards. They did have one, I remember, where they called offsides on the offense on one of those tush pushes. But penalty yards 10 for 70 yards for the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was an offset, right? I think it was, and it was
Yeah,
kind of
that was
weird
an
because
offset.
the center
The Dolphins guy was
yeah, I think your brother could probably give a breakdown, but I guess the center was able to have his hand out like that, according to the broadcast.
Yeah. So you're able to do that. That was his hand, but I think they thought it was the guard's hand that was out there like that. So, but interesting game, Gilbert. I thought the Eagles, I mean, they bounced back after that loss to the Jets. Obviously, having Darius Slay, having Carter back, that's huge for them. But what did you see? Let me just give out some stats real quick. Jalen Hurts, 23 of 31, 279, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick that turned into a pick 6. Great play by the Dolphins, but that was just a bad play by Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown, 10 catches, 137, 1 touchdown. And then finally, Gilbert, they've been featuring Dallas Goedert a lot more. 5 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. I've been saying for a while they need to start featuring him, and obviously on National Tight Ends Day, they did. On the other side, Tyreek Hill, 11
I didn't know that it was National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah, it was. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, 23 of 32. Wow, almost the exact same numbers. 216, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So go ahead.
Yeah, I want to give you some feedback on the two teams, and I'll let you know why I'm not too concerned about the Dolphins. I am worried they can't win these games against a better competition, but I'll focus on the Eagles because they deserve the spotlight. And Fernando, I think you've been on it from the beginning with the Eagles, though, so I'll give you credit here. But that game was a reminder that the Eagles could punch you in the mouth and they could also win pretty. So whatever style you want to play come the playoffs, they could do it. You want to get, a physical, slow, long drives, run the football. They could do it with DeAndre Swift. You want to just kind of have you want to play down the field and cover AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. No worries, Dallas Goedert is there. Like, and Jalen Hurts has a couple, maybe bad plays, but he can still throw the ball down the field and run the football as well. Oh, and the most unstoppable play in the NFL. People keep saying, the most dangerous weapon is Tyreek Hill, but the unstoppable play is that freaking brotherly shove, which they're doing to perfection. It's just amazing to see, and it always makes me laugh. Like, here we go, 4th and inches. They're going to go for it because they're going to get it every single time. But the point is, Fernando, if the 49ers and the Eagles play each other one more time in the playoffs, I'm going to favor the Eagles because I know they could win in various styles. Like the 49ers feel a little like the Dolphins, but I think they're more physical for sure. But when the game kind of gets a little gritty, I want to lean to the Eagles, and that was a reminder yesterday. For the Dolphins, Fernando, yes, they need to have the game script go their way to score points. But I was impressed with the defense. Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, they were in Jalen Hurts' face for a lot in the pocket.
No Xavier Howard.
Yeah, no Xavier Howard, and then no Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey will provide that toughness if they need to win some of these close games in the playoffs.
He was talking crap to Philly fans during the game.
Was he on the sideline? I didn't see that. But I'm surprised
he's going to be ready to play soon. Broke ASS mofos, basically.
Is that what he was saying? Well, see, that coming in reinforcements makes me feel okay. He's going to provide that toughness that they're missing. But I am worried that if they don't have the ball and people are playing keep away against them, like, how can you adjust? You're going to need the defense to step up and hold it down with some stops. And I think they showed flashes yesterday of doing that. but losing to the Bills and losing to the Eagles, I do have some concerns. But I don't know how you feel about the
And
Dolphins.
it's going to be tough to make a trade for them, by the way, for them to make a trade. They've already made numerous trades. I'm sure they're almost at capacity when it comes to the cap and
What do
everything.
they
So,
need though? If you really think about it, I mean, offensive linemen, which are hard to get, I guess.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. They're just missing some. I don't know. And some people say they're missing a tight end, but nobody's going to trade
Oh
any
yeah,
other tight
yeah.
ends.
No.
Um, on defense, for some reason, like I love Javon Holland. Like I think that guy's a dog, but I might, when Jalen Ramsey comes back, I might throw him at line. Like same thing the Rams were doing with him last year, and maybe get another cornerback to do like if Jalen can do a lot of different things in the box, like I feel like they'd be even more lethal and let him do. Because remember last year when the Rams did that, he ended up having that game clinching interception against the Falcons. He started making more plays when they moved him around the field, and that's kind of what the Chargers wanted to do. I felt like last year with Kyle Van Noy and Derwin, like move them around the field, like let them make plays. But then when Joey Bosa went down, it kind of changed everything that they were doing. By the way, this is honestly like, here's Fernando's soft tweet of the day. Yay! The tush push is not a legitimate football play. It's not how football was meant to be played. It is lame and can cause injuries. Nobody except
Really?
Eagles fans will miss out on it once it's banned in the offseason.
Wow, I'm not surprised that thing got over 1,000 retweets or whatever you
Dude,
call it now.
get out of here. People are so bad. Like, and honestly, like, I think the Dolphins are going to be fine. I just that the game that's going to tell me a lot about the Dolphins, that game in Frankfurt against the Chiefs. That's where I'm really going to see who the real Dolphins are. Because, like I told you, there's always one team that flashes at the beginning of the season, then falls off. Is that the Lions or is that the Dolphins? I don't know which one it is yet, but pretty soon we're going to find out who that team is. By the way, we mentioned Kevin Byard getting traded to the Eagles. Titans and Eagles on the last two trades. Titans received Traylon Burks, Terrell Edmonds, 3rd round pick, 5th round pick, 6th round pick. Eagles received AJ Brown, Kevin Byard.
Yeah, and I think I saw somebody mention that when Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown are playing together and both healthy, they've only lost 2 games in the last year. So that trade really worked out for the Eagles, you could say.
It really did. No, and the dude's a stud. Like he's just a bully. Like he literally knocks people down on their butts. He's too strong. But like I said, I think the Dolphins are going to be fine. I just don't know if they can make a trade. I mean, I'm sure they can do what I kind of feel like the Eagles, 49ers, and I don't think the Eagles are done making a trade. I still think they're going to make maybe one more. But I think the 49ers, the Eagles, and the Dolphins are all trying to go all in, because I think all three of them believe that they're legitimately Super Bowl contenders. I think the Chiefs might still try and make a trade as well. I think those four right now are kind of the hub, the 2 in the AFC, the 2 in the NFC. I think both of them will try. All 4 of those teams will try and make one more trade and see what they can do. But I think they'll be fine. I just have I just have some questions about them. But that Frankfurt game is going to tell me a lot about them. And like you said, the Eagles won ugly. They've won nice. Yesterday they really punched. I know that there's controversial stuff, but every game is freaking controversial now. But they really punched the Dolphins in the face, and they said, "Hey, you guys have been really good. You guys beat a team by 70, but guess what? Come and get this ass whooping, and we're going to give it to you." So that Eagles offensive line, dude, that Eagles offensive line is nasty. And like you said, they were able to get some push. Yes, the Dolphins front line was able to get some push. I just don't know if the Dolphins defensive line can do it consistently. That's been their one miss. Can you get consistently enough pressure on the opposing offense? We'll see. But I'm not worried about the Dolphins at all. I think the Dolphins will still be okay. But yeah, yesterday was a struggle for them.
Yeah, before we move on, I think that kind of tells you why the Eagles are always doing well, because their GM is aggressive and adding talent, and adding Kevin Byard was a big pickup, and I felt like that was part of their missing piece. You feel like they need one more, yeah, maybe like another linebacker or something, or maybe another edge rusher, because I think it was a Josh Sweat that was doing pretty well yesterday, and you got
Hassan Reddick is also
he's been tearing it up in the last couple of weeks. But
I don't know if you saw that play. They handed it off to Mozart. He evaded the linebacker. My bad. Evaded the tight end. Evaded the running back or the fullback, and still came up and made the tackle on Hassan Reddick or on Mozart. So I was definitely very impressed with that. The other thing is too, Man, if I was Philly, I would have called the Broncos and been like, "Hey, we'll do a 2-for-1 for you guys. Justin Simmons and Patrick Surtain for our next 3 number ones."
Sorry, I was reading the comment, but what
Oh,
was your trade?
I said I would have called the Broncos and been like, if I was the Eagles and gone, "Hey, give us Patrick Surtain and give us Justin Simmons for our next 3 number ones."
Before I get to that, shout out to House of Horns doing the comments because if you're Tennessee, stop picking up Howie Roseman's phone calls. But you know what I was thinking for that trade, Fernando? That's what you like my ears.
They
My
should have
ears
gotten
perked up.
Derrick Henry at the same time too.
Yeah, but keep them coming. And Ryan Tannehill's the backup. What else you want?
You know what it is like, right? And you know how in soccer the big clubs always go to the small clubs, pick their good talent, and bring them up. That's exactly what they.
You know how I know, Fernando?
Their farm system.
You know how I know? I just watched the David Beckham documentary, which is really good, by the way.
I haven't watched it. Was it good?
Yeah, I really liked it. I haven't finished it, but I was hooked for the first 4 episodes, and I saw how Real Madrid got David Beckham, which I do remember that time of year. But yeah, you're a great franchise, and the point is, when you said Patrick Surtain, I feel like the Lions should go all in and get him. They need a DB. The Ravens we're gonna get to the Ravens, but they were cooking them up in the secondary. Yeah. And if you want to get bold lines and you want to keep it with the Eagles and the 49ers, Surtain is your guy.